Hello everyone. Now in this video we are going to work out the accountancy paper of 2019 February for 12 marks. Right? Hitherto we have done 6 marks of 2019. Now we will work out 2019 February 12 marks. So once again my request is those who have not subscribed for this channel, kindly subscribe and share among your friends and press the bell icon button to get continuous notification. Thank you. Now we'll start with the problem. So section D, 12 marks. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Mohan. So journal entries in the books of Mohan. 1/9/2018 started business with cash 50,000. So cash account debtor to capital account. Date, particulars, ledger folio, debit, credit. So first journal entry is 1/9/2018, that is cash account debtor 50,000 to capital account 50,000. Mohan started business with cash rupees 50,000. This is narration. You are supposed to write the narration without fail. Next, 3/9/2018 opened a bank account in Canara Bank 10,000. So very simple. 3/9/18 you have opened a bank account means bank account debtor 10,000 to cash account 10,000. Open a bank account in Canara Bank. Canara Bank. Next, 6/9/2018 cash purchases. Cash purchases is nothing but goods purchased for cash. So 6/9 purchases account debtor 20,000 to cash account 20,000. Goods purchased for cash. Goods purchased for cash. Next, 8/9 bought goods from Radhakrishna 25,000. Bought goods from Radhakrishna. It is not cash transaction, it is credit transaction. 8/9/2018 purchases account debtor 25,000 to Radhakrishna's account. To Radhakrishna's account 25,000. Now narration is goods purchased from Radhakrishna on credit. Next, 10/9/2018 sold goods for cash. 10/9/18 sold goods for cash. That is cash account debtor 30,000 to sales account 30,000 goods sold for cash. Goods sold for cash. Next, sold goods to Bhavna on credit 59/18 Bhavna's account debtor 23,000 to sales account 23,000 sold goods to Bhavna on credit on credit. Now 18/9/2018 cash paid to Radhakrishna on account 15,000. Earlier we have purchased from Radhakrishna rupees 25,000. We are paying him how much again now? 15,000. That means we are making part payment. So 18/9/2018 Radhakrishna's account debtor 15,000 to cash account 15,000 part payment mecho Radhakrishna. Now received check from Bhavna in full settlement of our account 22,500. Earlier we have sold goods to Bhavna for rupees 23,000. Now she is settling only for 22,500, means we are giving 500 rupees discount. This discount, it appears in the books, which is called as cash discount. So what is a journal entry? That means 25/9/18, that is we are receiving check. When we are receiving check, that means we are getting the amount in bank. That means bank account debtor 22,500. We are allowing her a discount of how much? 500. Discount account debtor 500 to Bhavana's account 23,000. It is very simple. Check received from Bhavana rupees 22,500 and allowed her discount of rupees 500. Next transaction 26/9/2018 paid rent by check. Whenever you say check, it should be through bank. So 26/9/18 rent account debtor 2,000 to bank account 2000. Rent paid by check. Very simple. Next, interest credited to our account at Canara Bank rupees 300. So interest credited to our account at Canara Bank. That means in the bank account the balance has increased. Then what I should say? Bank account debtor to interest account, which we have not received. The bank balance has been what actually increased. So 28,918 bank account debtor 300 to interest account 300. Bank credited rupees 300 interest against the account. Then last entry, 30th/9/2018. 30th/9/2018. Salary paid rupees 3000. Salary account debtor 3000 to cash account 3000. Salary paid. Now the total is 2,01,300. 2,01,300. 2,01,300. So first problem is over. Now next problem is question number 27. Prepare purchases book, sales book, purchase returns book, sales returns book from the following information. You know very well, whenever we are preparing purchase book, purchase returns book, sales returns book, it is called as, what do you mean by? It is nothing but subsidiary books. Subsidiary books is also called as journal. Why I am telling all those things? Here I have written LF, ledger folio, because in journal only we write ledger folio, but in ledger we write journal folio. For that sake, it is all journal. Sophisticated journal is called as, what do you mean by subsidiary books? So now I have small hint that how you should work out in the examination hall. Prepare all the accounts like that, leave few space. You know that you just count how many entries are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 entries will have to accommodate in these 4 books. So maximum in each book you may get 4 entries. So leave spaces like that and prepare the books, different books, keep ready. Then you start posting one by one. How it will be done? Very simple. First it is purchase book. What are the entries are there in the purchase book? First we will enter. First one, 1/8/2018. Bought from Gopal 50,000 on credit. Yes, it comes to purchase book. Murthy sold goods to us. Very simple. It is just like I remember one sentence in English, active voice and passive voice. Rama killed Ravana. Ravana was killed by Rama. It is both the sentences says only one thing is Rama killed Ravana. In the similar fashion, Murthy sold goods to us is nothing but we have purchased goods from Murthy. We have purchased goods from Murthy. Instead of active voice, they have given passive voice. You need not worry. That is also purchases. Sold goods to. Now it is sales. Return goods to Murthy. We don't want now. Sold goods to Devika, we don't want it. Devika returned goods, we don't want it. Bought from Harsha, subject a trade discount of 10,000. So here it is purchase. Now return goods to Kamath. Here you should be say that sold goods to Kamath, that is return goods by Kamath. That means it is sales returns. Sold goods to Prem, we don't want it. Goods returned to Gopal, we don't want it. Goods returned to Gopal. Bought goods from Gopal, it is returned goods to Gopal. Sold goods to Kiran 10,000 subject to a trade discount of 5%. Then goods returned by Prem 1,550. Now here how many entries are there? 3 entries are there purchases. You can say like this also, this is P, this is P, this is P. That means for purchases we have 3 things. So now we will enter one by one those 3 entries. 1/8/2018, 1/8/2018, bought goods from Gopal. Gopal on credit, it is how much actually? 50,000. Finish. First entry is finished. Second one, 4/8/2018. 4/8/2018. Murthy sold goods to us. That means we have purchased goods from Murthy. Murthy. How much? 30,000. Finish. Next P is, that is 22/8. 22/8/2018. Bought from Harsha subject to a trade discount of 20%. Harsha, bought from Harsha subject to a trade discount of 20% means 20,000 minus 20% is equal to how much? 4,000. That is equal to 16,000. That means we have purchased worth goods from Harsha. It is how much actually? 16,000. Even in the examination you can show 20,000 minus 20%. Trade discount will not appear in the books. So 16,000. Now we have prepared all what actually purchases. Next book is what actually? Purchase returns book. So in purchase returns book, what you have to do? Just you take the pencil. It is only for practice. Don't write anything in the examination on the question paper. You are not allowed. Only one thing is to make practice. Once if you practice, then automatically which what actually plants in your brain. So now purchase returns. Sold goods, no, it is not returned. Returned goods to Murthy. Return goods to Murthy, very simple. Earlier we have purchased from Murthy. We are returning means this is purchase returns. It is called as PR. Purchase returns. Sold goods to Devika, no. Devika returned goods, no. Bought goods from Harsha 20,000. Returned goods by Kamath, no. Sold goods to Prem, no. Goods returned to Gopal. Goods returned to Gopal means earlier we have purchased from Gopal. It becomes purchase returns. Purchase returns. Sold goods to Kiran 10,000. No. Then goods returned to Prem 1,000. No. So how many returns are there? Purchase returns are there. There are 2 purchase returns are there. One is to Murthy. Other one is what actually to Gopal. So now we write that is 12/8/2018, we have returned goods to Murthy. Murthy, how much? 2,000. Finish. Then next one is what actually? 28/8/2018. 28/8/2018, we have returned goods to Gopal. How much? 1,200. Gopal 1,200. Finished. Now we have finished what actually? Purchase returns book also. Now let us go for the next one, sales book. Date, outward invoice. Here it is inward invoice, it is outward invoice. Nothing has been given. You just read it. Either you can write it here or you can write it here. No problem. Both the things are one and the same. It makes no difference. Now we will just have that one. Sold goods to Kamath. I hope it is a sales. Then in the funeral function, sold goods to Devika. Once again sales. Devika returned is what actually sales returns. But no, it is purchases. Returned goods by Kamath. Returned goods by Kamath. Once again it becomes sales returns. Sold goods to Prema. It is called as what actually sales. Then sold goods to Kiran. It is sales. How many sales are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 sales are there. Now we will write in the sales book one by one. That is first one 15,8. First one is how much actually? 8,8. 8,8 2018. 8,8 2018. Sold goods to Kamath. Kamath 60,000. Sold goods to Kamath 60,000. That is over. Next is 15,8. 15,8 2018. That is sold goods to Devika. Devika 30,000. 30,000. Next 26,8 2018. Sold goods to Prem. Sold goods to Prem 25,000. Next 30th 8 2018. Sold goods to Kiran 10,000 subject to a trade discount of 5%. So sold goods to Kiran subject to a trade discount, that is 10,000 minus 5%. I hope it comes to how much actually? 500. That means we have to bill for 9,500. Now sales book is also over. Then the last one, that is sales returns book. The remaining entries are all sales returns. Just let me check that how it will be. First one is over, second one is the third one is the fourth one is the Devika returned goods. Devika returned goods means it is sales returns. Then this one is over. Returned goods by Kamath is also sales returns. Finish. Then this one is over. This one is over. Goods returned by Prem is also sales returns. So how many sales returns are there? So total sales returns are 3. So first sales return is, that is Devika, that is on 20th 8 2018. Devika returned how much? 4,000. Next is 24th, that is Kamath returned, that is 24/8 2018. That is Kamath how much? 2,500. Then last one is 31/8 2018. That is Prem 1,550. I have already told you how many transactions are there. I hope 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. That means you have entered all what actually 12 transactions. So what you should do now, you should put the total, that's all. If you put the total, then you will get 12 out of 12. 96,000 first one total. Second one total is 3,200. 3,200. Then the third one total is 1,24,500. Then the last total is 8,050. 8,050. That's all. This if you prepare, then which is called as, what do you mean by entering the transactions in different subsidiary books: purchases book, purchase returns book, sales returns book. Now the 28th problem. From the following particulars, prepare bank reconciliation statement. They have not given the date. I have already told you what is bank reconciliation statement. Whenever there is a difference between the passbook balance and cash book balance, then we are supposed to give the answer why that difference has come and give the clarification. Now, for that sake, we prepare BRS, which is called as bank reconciliation statement. Bank balance as per cash book 7,800. When nothing has been given, it is called as positive balance. So, bank balance as per cash book, that means we are coming from cash book balance to passbook balance. I told you it is very simple. You prepare one calculation: cash book balance to passbook balance. You are coming from which book to which book? You are coming from cash book to passbook. You write like this. So it is regular balance. We can say that regular. Why I am writing regular? If you have OD in the earlier question paper, that is 2018 question paper, you had bank OD, overdraft. For overdraft, it is different. For regular balance, that means we have our amount in the bank. Then in such a case, how we should do? Check deposited but not credited in the passbook. When you deposit your check, then what you will think? It is very simple. Your cash book balance has been increased. But what happened in the passbook? In the passbook, which has not increased, it is showing less. How much actually it is showing less? 3,000 is showing less. For what sake? Check deposited. Check deposited. That means we have deposited check, but still it has not been credited in the bank. So passbook balance is less, whereas cash book balance is showing more. We are coming from cash book balance to passbook balance. So less. Next, check issued but not presented for payment. So what happens? Assuming you have 10,000 rupees on account, you will issue a check to your friend 5,000. When you issue 5,000 rupees check, that means you immediately will think that your bank passbook balance has decreased by 5,000. But your friend has not deposited, that means has not given to the bank at all. Then what happens? Cash book balance is showing less, but passbook balance is showing more. Then what we should do? Add. Say here the sign less, when the sign is showing towards what you call down, which is called as less. When it is showing upwards, it is called as add. How much it is add? It is 1,500. For our reference, check issued. Check issued. Next, insurance premium paid by the bank. When the insurance premium paid, I have forgotten, I had given the standing instruction to pay on behalf of the insurance premium. Bank have paid. When they pay on my insurance premium, naturally in the passbook, what happens? My balance decrease. But in the cash book, it is showing what actually? More. That means cash book balance is showing more, but passbook balance showing less. You know that when it is showing less, then it is called as less. It is how much actually? 2,000. Then it is called as insurance premium. Insurance premium. Next, bank interest credited by the bank. Bank interest credited by bank means passbook balance is showing more, because when I get interest, my passbook balance increases. But I never knew in my cash book that has not been entered. That means cash book is showing less, but passbook balance is showing more. Then it is called as add. Then it is called as add. How much I have to add? 400. That is interest credited. Interest credited. Next, bank charges. They will issue checkbook and they will do some transaction on behalf of me, that is called as paying standing instructions like insurance premium, like that. They don't do anything freely. For that they charge. When they charge, what happens actually? The passbook balance comes down, but cash book balance is showing what actually? More. Cash book balance showing sure more, but passbook balance showing less. Then what you should do? It is less. How much? It is 100. It is bank charges. Bank charges. Then next, directly deposited by a customer. One of my friend, what he did, he came to me to meet, but where I was not able to meet him, then he straight away went to the bank and deposited to my account. When he directly deposited to my account, then passbook balance is showing what actually? More. Whereas cash book balance, still it has not been entered, is showing less. Cash book balance is showing less, passbook balance is showing more. Then it is called as add. How much it is? 4,000. 4,000. Then it is called as, what do you mean by, that is direct deposit. Direct deposit. It is almost now, we have 80% problem has been covered. Everything is here. How much add is there, how much less it is there. Now we have to prepare a bank reconciliation statement. That's all. So very simple bank reconciliation statement. Here we could say the date has not been given. Bank reconciliation statement as on. I've write it like that only. Then write particulars. Then amount. One is inner column, the other one is outer column. Straight one by one you write. Balance as per cash book. Balance as per cash book, that is 7,800. 7,800. First, write few things, add. You see that how many adds are there and how many less are there. 1, 2, 3 adds there. 1, 2, 3. 3 less are. 3 items you have to add, 3 items you have to deduct. So leave some space. Then write what actually less. Then we will write one by one. The first transaction is what actually a check deposited but not credited. It is less. Number 1, check deposited but not credited in the passbook. How much it is? 3,000. First transaction is over. That's all. Next, check issued but not presented for payment. The very simple, it is one, that is add. Check issued but not presented for payment. How much it is? 1,500. First entry, second entry is over. Then the third entry, insurance premium paid directly by the bank. So it is deduct less insurance premium paid by the bank. How much it is? 2,000. Deduct 2,000. Then next, bank interest credited. Bank interest credited means it is very simple. My account is what actually increased. Interest credited in the passbook but not in cash book. How much? It is 400. Then bank charges 100. I told you no bank will do any transaction freely. So third one, that is bank charges charges debited in the passbook, but not in cash book, How much? 100. The last entry, direct deposit. So direct deposit means my balance has increased. So third one, direct deposit credited in the passbook, but not in cash book. How much? 4,000. Very simple. Then we will take this one. 4 plus 1 is 5, 5,900, add 5,900, add 0, 0, 7, 13, 13,700. Then deduct 5,100, 0, 0, 6, then 8. This is called as balance as per passbook. That's all. Balance as per passbook, 8,600. If you do the calculations first like this, then preparing BRS, it becomes damn easy. Try to be thorough with this. Then it helps a lot even when you go for higher classes, where in cost accounting we will follow the same system, but if you practice there also you can apply this, right? So this is about bank reconciliation statement. Question number 29. On 1/4/2013, Tata Company Limited purchased a machinery A costing rupees 1 lakh. On 30th/9/2015, the machinery A was sold for rupees 80,000. That means which has purchased on 1/4/2013 has been sold on 30th/9/2015. On the same date, that means on 30th/9/2015 only, on the same date, a new machinery B was purchased for rupees 50,000. The firm charges depreciation at the rate of 10% per annum under diminishing balance method. Diminishing balance method or reducing balance method is one and the same. That means whatever the opening balance of the machinery is there, on that balance we calculate depreciation. That is called as diminishing balance or reducing balance method. Prepare machinery account, depreciation account for the first 4 years. I told you it is very simple. Straight away preparing instead of machinery account, it is better first you prepare the calculation of depreciation. Calculation of depreciation of both the machines. First machine, that is A machine, which was purchased on 1/4/2013. Purchased for how much? 1 lakh. 1 lakh. From 1/4/2013 to 31/3/2014. 1 year less depreciation. That is how much? 10%. 10% of 1 lakh. 10% of 1 lakh is 10,000. 10,000 minus, then you will get 90,000. This is the balance on 1/4/2014. 2014. You have sold that machinery on which date? 30th/9/2015. So this is the balance on that date. That means on 31/3/2015 less depreciation, that is 10% of 90,000. It is reducing balance method. So it is 9,000, that is the opening balance you have to find out. So then it becomes 81,000. Then you have sold that machine on 30th 9 2015. So 30th 9 2015 you have sold the machine. From 1/4/2015, from 1/4/2015, this is the balance what you have. From 1/4/2015 to 30th 9 2015, how many months are there? April, May, June, July, August, September. That means it is 6 months. You have to calculate depreciation for 6 months. Very simple. Depreciation 81,000 into 10% into 6 months divided by 100 into 12. Into 100 into 12. You will get 4,050. This is one way. The other way I will tell you very simple. 10% of 81,000 is how much? 8,100. Half of 8,100 is how much? 4,050. So it is easy way of calculating. So the balance available after depreciation is 76,950. Now this 76,950 has been sold for how much actually? 80,000. Less bank sold. For how much? 80,000. So 76,950 worth has been sold for 80,000. That means you have got a profit of 3,050. Profit of how much actually? 3,050. So it is correct. It is 3,050 profit that you have got out of machinery A. Now machinery B. Machinery B is purchased on 30th 9 2015. 30th 9 2015 you have purchased the machinery, new machinery. For how much the new machinery has been purchased? For 50,000. 50,000. So less depreciation, that is on 31/3/2016. 31/3/2016 depreciation at the rate of 10% of 50,000. But for 6 months, you must be very careful. You are not supposed to calculate for 1 year. You should calculate only for 6 months. Why? You have purchased on 30th 9 2015. From 30th 9 2015 is nothing but 1st of October. October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months. So 50,000 into 10% into 6 months divided by 100 into 12. Then you will get 2,500 minus. You will get balance as 47,500 on 1/4/2016 balance. But they have asked you to prepare for 4 years. For how many years actually? For 4 years. So 4 years means 13/14 1 year, 14/15 1 year, 15/16 1 year, 16/17 1 year. That means it comes how many years actually? 4 years. So now we have to write that 31/3/2017 less depreciation. Less depreciation. That is 10% of 47,500 straight away. 4,750 minus. Then it comes to 42,750. So 42,750. This is the balance available on 1/4/2017. 1/4/2017. Now we have to prepare, even once you prepare this account, preparing what you call machinery account and depreciation account, it becomes damn easy for you students. So first you have to prepare now machinery account. Machinery account. As usual, you know, date, particulars, JF, amount, date, particulars, JF, amount, debit, credit. Now machinery account is ready. Now all calculations are here only. You need not search now again the question paper. It is here. So straight away we start with 1/4/2013 to bank account. To bank account, within bracket you can say it is called as machinery A. For your reference, machinery A. You have purchased for how much actually? 1 lakh. That year no other transaction, that is 31/3/2014 by depreciation account 10,000, then by balance carried down 90,000, then total is 1 lakh. First year account is over. Next, 1/4/2014 to balance brought down 90,000. In that year also nothing is there. 31/3/2015 by depreciation account 9,000, then by balance carried down 81,000, total 90,000. Now 1/4/2015 to balance brought down 81,000. Now you have all what you call adjustments, that is here only. Regarding to the first machinery A, 30th/9/2015, depreciation is how much actually? 4,050. Right, 30th/9/2015 by depreciation account 4,050. Then it has been sold for how much actually? 80,000. By bank account 80,000. And you have earned a profit of how much actually? 3,050. That is on 30th/9/2015 to profit and loss account, that is 3,050. Now the machinery account A account is over. You just see, if you total it up, it comes to 84,050. 81 plus 3,050 is how much actually? 84,050. 80,000 plus 4,050 is how much actually? 84,050. That means machinery A account is closed here only. You can recheck from your calculation to account. Now you have to write what actually? On the same day, you have purchased a new machinery. First rupees how much actually? 50,000. So on the same date, that is 30th/9/2015, to bank account, for your reference, you write machinery B. You have purchased for rupees how much actually? 50,000. Then you have to calculate depreciation, that is 31/3/2016, by depreciation for half year it comes to 2500. Then by balance carried down it is 47,500. Here also I can say 47,500 plus 2,500, 50,000. Total is how much? 50,000. Now total. So the total is 1,34,050, 1,34,050. So just it is very simple. I have written already 1/4/2016, 2 balance brought down 47,500, 31/3/2017, by depreciation 4,750, by balance carried down 42,750, on 1/4/2017, 2 balance brought down 42,750. Even you can verify your calculation, there also the balance is 42,750. Now we have to prepare depreciation account for how many years? 4 years. Now depreciation account, date particulars, JF amount, date particulars, JF amount, debit, credit. All 4 lines you have to write, but you must be very careful. The first day, that is 31/3/2014 to machinery account, 10,000 is depreciation, that will be transferred, that is 31/3/2014 by profit and loss account. That's all. That is first year transaction is over. 10,000. Second year 31/3/2015 to machinery account, 9,000. 31/3/2015 by profit and loss account, 9,000. Finish. Then 31/3/2016. You must be careful. You have 2 things under that. That is, one is 4,050, the other one is 2,500. You have to take both one into account. Now 2016, that is to machinery account, that is 6,550. Those who do not understand, you can say 4,050 of the machinery A plus 2,500 of machinery B. Total is 6,550. That is 31/3/2016 by profit and loss account, 6,550. Finish. Next 31/3/2017. 31/3/2017 to machinery account. This is only of what actually? B. It is 4,750. Then 31/3/2017 by profit and loss account, 4,750. That's all. This is how you have to prepare. You have only one confusion here, students. Here in 31/3/2016, you have to take A as well as B, because you have sold on 30/9/2015, depreciation of that and depreciation of the new machinery. Both you have to take and write this depreciation account. Now the next question is 30th. Prakriti sold goods to Kavya on credit basis for ₹5,000 on 1/1/2017. On the same day, Prakriti drew a bill of exchange for 3 months for ₹5,000 on Kavya On the due date, the bill was dishonored. Past journal entries in the books of Prakriti and Kavya. So whenever you sold goods, it is very simple. You have to write the journal entries in the book of Prakriti as well as Kavya, date, particulars, ledger folio, debit. Let us first write the journal entries in the books of Prakriti. Prakriti sold goods to Kavya on which date? 1/1/2017. That is Kavya's account debtor. Kavya's account debtor 5,000 to sales account. Sales account 5,000. Goods sold to Kavya on credit. On credit narration. Finish. First entry is finished. Next, on the same day, she has written one could do a bill for rupees 5,000 on Kavya. So on the same day means on 1/1/2017, that is bills receivable account debtor receivable account debtor 5,000 to Kavya's account 5,000. Bill drawn on Kavya has been accepted. Has been accepted. Finish. Finish. Now it is for how many months actually? For 3 months. Say even in the last paper also I have told you whenever you add that what you call 3 months, you are supposed to add 3 months grace days also. That also I will show you here. This 1/1/17, 3 months 3 days. So it comes something 4/4/17. You will come to know that. So that is here you write 4/4/17. On the due date, the bill was dishonored. That means Kavya did not pay the amount. Then reverse the entry. Kavya's account debtor 5,000 to bills receivable account 5,000. B are dishonored on the due date. On the due date. You should see the fantastic thing of accountancy or beauty of accountancy. Kavya's account debtor to sales account. Bills receivable account debtor to Kavya's account. So Kavya has been debited, Kavya has been what actually credited. On the due date, it has been what actually dishonored. Then again we have debited Kavya. That means bills receivable debit, bills receivable what actually credit, cancelled. Now what is the entry, original entry remain? Kavya's account debtor to sales account. This is the beauty of accountancy. Beauty of accountancy. Now we will write journal entries in the books of Kavya. It is very simple. Now journal entries in the books of Kavya. So 1/1/2017, you have purchased goods, that is purchasers account debtor 5,000 to Prakriti's account 5,000. Goods purchased from Prakriti on credit. on credit. On credit. On the same day, you have drawn a bill and it has been accepted. So 1/1/2017, that is Prakriti's account debtor, Prakriti's account debtor 5,000 to bills payable account, bills payable account 5,000, bill drawn by Prakriti has been accepted, has been accepted. Finish. Now we have on the due date, we have dishonored the bill. So due date is very simple. We are supposed to say 3 days, 3 months and 3 days grace days. So 4/4/2017, that is bills payable account debtor, bills payable account debtor 5,000 to Prakriti's account 5,000, bill dishonored on the due date, on the due date. You here also you see the same thing, same thing. Purchaser's account debtor to Prakriti's account, Prakriti's account debtor to bills payable, Prakriti cancelled, then purchaser's account debtor to bills payable account. Now bills payable has been cancelled, bills payable account debtor to Prakriti's account, bills payable cancelled. Then what is the original journal entry remaining? Purchaser's account debtor to Prakriti's account. So if you write like this, then you will get 12 out of 12. But only one thing is you can write the total in both the things. You can write the total, that is 15,000. Then in the first journal entry also you can show that total 15,000. There is no hard and fast rule, but you can show. Right? Now it is question number 31. From the following trial balance, prepare trading and profit loss account and balance sheet for the year ended 31/3/2018. Trial balance. Name of the account, debit, credit. Opening stock. I have already told you what you have to do for practicing, not in the examination, all only to practice so that it what actually struck in your brain permanently. So opening stock, which appears under trading account debit side. Purchases and sales. Purchases trading account debit side, sales trading account credit side. Then returns, very simple. Debit returns is sales returns, credit returns is purchase returns. So what you have to do is this 400 is sales returns. So trading account credit minus, this is trading account debit minus, this is called as, this is sales returns and purchase returns. Returns should be deducted there only. Wages, trading account debit side. Salary, profit and loss account debit side. Miscellaneous income, that means you are getting income, so profit and loss account credit side. Rent usually we pay, but here we are receiving rent, so it is called as income, profit and loss account credit. Drawings and capital. Drawings and capital, which appears in the balance sheet liability side, capital liability side, whereas drawings will be deducted from what actually capital, so it is called as LL minus. Debtors and creditors. Debtors is an asset, whereas creditors is an liability. Cash is an asset. Investment is an asset. Buildings is an asset. Furniture is an asset. Now we have distinguished all the items where it comes there. Then next, adjustment. Closing stock was valued at 4,000 rupees. Any adjustment that should be affected twice. Once in either trading account or profit loss account, but once again in the balance sheet. So here it comes trading account credit side closing stock, again plus it is an asset. It is an asset. So twice affect. Depreciation furniture by 10% and buildings by 15%. So both the depreciation you have to take profit and loss account debit side, plus from the asset you have to minus. From the asset you have to minus, because the value of the assets will decrease. Then bad debts written off 500. Bad debt written off is very simple. Profit and loss account debit, and again in the asset, that is debtors, you have to minus. In the debtors you have to minus. Salary outstanding 1000. That means still you have not paid 1000 salary, means in the profit and loss account it should be taken, it should be added to salary, and it is a liability which still you have not paid. It appears on the liability side of the balance sheet. Once if you write like this while practicing, not in the examination hall, because you are not supposed to write anything on the question paper in the examination hall. While practicing, if you do that like this, then it registered in your mind, then automatically the hands will go to that particular items. Then you can say that any adjustment that should be affected twice, and here whatever is there that can be easily taken for account. Now let us work out trading and profit and loss account. Now trading account, trading a profit loss account for the year ended 31/3/2018, particulars amount, inner column, outer column, inner column, outer column, because you have adjustment, you have to write it in the inner column. So first to opening stock 20,000, no adjustment, write it in the outer column 20,000. Two purchases, it is inner column 80,000 less returns 1,200. Then outer column you write 78,800. Then two wages, no adjustment, straight away write 12,000. Then by sales you write inner column 1,60,000 less returns, that is 400. Then outer column 1,59,600. By closing stock, it is an adjustment. By closing stock, it is 4,000. Now we have written all the items of trading account. The total is 1,63,600. 1,63,600. To gross profit carried down, it is 52,800. You can mark this 52,800. Then by gross profit brought down 52,800. Now we will write profit and loss account. We'll write profit and to salary 9,000, write it in the inner column. Add outstanding 1000. So outer column you write 10,000. Salary 9,000 to outstanding salary 1,000, 10,000. Next, by miscellaneous income 12,000. By rent 6,000. Then to depreciation on furniture at 10%. So at 10% depreciation is 2,380. Then buildings at 15%, 12,900. 12,900. Two bad debts 500. To net profit transfer to balance sheet. Total we'll put it 70,800, 70,800, 45,020 is the profit. 45,020 is the profit. Now we have to prepare balance sheet. Now balance sheet as on 31/3/2018, liabilities amount, assets amount, inner column, outer column to do the adjustment. Start liability side, capital 80,000, inner column. Add net profit, what you have earned, 45,020. Add net profit. So 1,25,020 less drawings 4,000. So outer column 1,21,020. Now you have two more items, creditors 14,000. Then salary outstanding 1,000. That's all. You have to write it on the liability side of the balance sheet. Now asset side of the balance sheet, buildings, write it in the inner column 86,000. Less depreciation 12,900. So outer column you write 73,100. Then furniture, inner column 23,800 less depreciation 2,380. Outer column 21,420. Then investments, it is 20,000. Then debtors, inner column 12,000 less bad debts 500. Outer column 11,500. Stock It is closing stock. You should remember it is always closing stock which appears in the balance sheet. What is stock? Unsold finished goods is called as stock. So closing stock is 4,000. Then cash 6,000. Cash 6,000. If you total it up, then automatically your balance sheet tallies 1,36,020. 1,36,020. That's how to prepare final accounts. Now we'll work out problem number 32. Mr. Bharat kept his book under incomplete records. Incomplete means it is single entry system of bookkeeping or one way of keeping records. He provides you the following information. Particulars 1/4/2016, 31/3/2017. Furniture 15,000, 15,000, machinery 50,000, 50,000, buildings 1 lakh, 1 lakh, stock 25,000, 40,000, debtors 20,000, 26,000, bills receivable 5,000, 10,000, bills payable 10,000, 8,000, creditors 15,000, 25,000, bank loan 12,000, 10,000. During the year, he withdrew 15,000 for his daughter's marriage expense and invested additional capital of 18,000. If you remember, in 2018 February also the similar figures with the similar what you call assets and liabilities, it has been given. Only adjustments has been changed. Adjustments: write off bad debts 1,000, prepaid salary 6,000, appreciate building by 20%, allow interest on capital, within bracket they have given opening at 5% per annum. You have to prepare statement of affairs, statement of profit or loss, revised statement of affairs. Now we are supposed to prepare first combined statement of affairs. Now we have to prepare combined statement of affairs. Liabilities 1/4/2016, 31/3/2017. Assets 1/4/2016, 31/3/2017. Let us write one by one. Furniture 15,000, 15,000. Machinery 50,000, 50,000. Buildings 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Stock 25,000, 40,000. Debtors 20,000, 26,000. Bills receivable 5,000, 10,000. Bills payable is a liability. Bills payable 10,000, 8,000. Creditors 15,000, 25,000. Bank loan is a liability. Bank loan 12,000, 10,000. So difference between the two is called as what actually? Capitals. One is opening capital, the other one is closing capital. The aim of preparing statement of affairs is to find out capital. So first 1/4/2016 total is 2,15,000. The other one is 2,41,000. 2,15,000, 2,41,000. So capitals that is 1,78,000, 1,98,000. If you block like this, then it is called as what actually? Capitals. You can verify how many items are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means you have taken all assets and liabilities and found out what actually the capitals. Now we have to prepare statement of profit or loss for the year ending 31/3/2017. Now statement of profit or loss for year ending 31/3/2017. Particulars, amount, inner column, outer column. Start with closing capital. Closing capital 1,98,000. Then add drawings. Add drawings. It is 15,000. Then it comes to 2,13,000. Less additional capital. Less additional capital 18,000. Then it comes to 1,95,000 is called as adjusted closing capital. Then less opening capital. Opening capital, you can see opening capital is how much actually? 1,78,000. So minus 1,78,000. So you will get 17,000 rupees is called as gross profit. Gross profit. Less expenses or losses. Bad debts written off. Bad debts written off 1,000. Then allow interest on capital. Allow interest on capital. That is opening capital 1,78,000 into 5 divided by 100. Divided by 100. It comes to 8,900. So total is 9,900. If you minus, then you will get 7,100. Then add incomes bar gains. Under that, prepaid salary 6,000. Then appreciation on building. On building, that is 1 lakh into 20 divided by 100. It is 20,000. So if you add that, it comes to 26,000. So 33,100 is net profit. Is net profit. Now we have to prepare the last step, revised closing statement of affairs as on 31/3/2017. Liabilities, amount, assets, amount, inner column, outer column. Let us take one by one. Furniture 15,000, no adjustment. Machinery, no adjustments, 50,000. Buildings, inner column 1 lakh, add appreciation, that is 20,000. Outer column 1,20,000. Then stock 40,000. Then debtors, inner column 26,000 less bad debts. Less bad debts 1,000. So outer column 25,000. Bills receivable. Bills receivable 10,000. Bills payable is a liability. Bills payable 8,000. Creditors 25,000. Bank loan 10,000. Then capital, you are supposed to take always opening capital. Capital 1,78,000. Add net profit 33,100. Add interest on capital 8,900. Add additional capital 18,000. All these things are inner column only. 2,38,000 less drawings 15,000. Outer column 2,23,000. But you have one thing, write off bad debts has been written off. Prepaid salary. Prepaid salary is an asset. 6,000. 6,000. Appreciate building has been taken. Allow interest on capital 5% has been taken. That means we have taken all adjustments twice. So now if you total it up, automatically which tallies, that is 2,66,000. 2,66,000. That's all. This is how you have to work out the problem to get full marks. I request all of you, those who have not subscribed for this channel, kindly subscribe and share among your friends and press the bell icon button to get continuous notification. All the very best. Thank you.